Have you ever wondered if a little friendly competition is exactly what an industry needs to reignite its spark? Because what if I told you that EA Sports, a company often criticized for stagnating its flagship football title, just delivered a Madden game that truly feels like the best in over a decade? For years, many of us have watched the Madden franchise with a mix of loyalty and frustration. We bought it, we played it, but we also often whispered about its lack of innovation, the repetitive gameplay, and the seemingly endless focus on Ultimate Team. But something shifted this year. It's almost as if the return of EA Sports' beloved college football series lit a fire under Madden. That intense, welcome competition seems to have pushed the developers to answer the bell in a big way. With Madden NFL 26, it really feels like EA's team focused on the fundamentals. Instead of chasing gimmicky new modes or pouring all their effort into the polarizing Ultimate Team, they prioritized realism and authenticity. They aim to make the game feel more like what we actually watch on Sundays every fall and winter. And you feel that commitment from the moment you jump into a game. This year's edition takes crucial cues from the new college football titles, resulting in a significantly smoother and more fluid gameplay experience. You immediately notice the new QB DNA feature. This isn't just about a few signature animations. It's about how each quarterback genuinely feels unique. Josh Allen truly runs and throws like Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes makes those improbable sidearm and three-quarter throws that define his real-life game. Matthew Stafford appropriately drops his arm slot to squeeze passes into tight windows. This goes far beyond those ridiculous Superman throws we saw in previous iterations. These new mechanics truly reflect what you see on an NFL field. The computer-controlled opponents also show remarkable improvement. You will notice far fewer instances of a quarterback inexplicably throwing the ball away from the pocket. The overall AI is just smarter. I saw the Eagles, for example, run back-to-back Jalen Hurts sneaks on 3rd and 4th down, a play that felt absolutely true to their real-life tendencies. The passing game also benefits immensely. Defenders no longer make those frustrating, blind interceptions without ever seeing the ball. This makes throwing downfield much more rewarding and effective, and it actually encourages you to user control your defenders in coverage, because now your skill truly matters in snagging those interceptions. And let's talk about blocking, a perennial headache for Madden players for what feels like a decade. You know those moments when your offensive linemen just stand there, letting pass rushers run right by, or failing to block anyone on a run play? Well, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Blocking is significantly better in Madden 26. You won't be tempted to throw your controller through the television just because your right tackle let Max Crosby rush in untouched. They even added the ability to run defensive stunts and games along the defensive front on any play. A subtle but fantastic addition that boosts realism. For those of us who spend countless hours building our dynasties, franchise mode has seen a massive overhaul. It feels deeper and more authentic. You will find far more depth in team building and coaching. Playbooks are more expansive, including gadget plays and true-to-life schemes that accurately reflect each team. Even the depth charts are smarter, finally featuring dedicated long snapper positions, no more tight ends filling in. It makes switching between defensive fronts much easier without completely reshuffling your roster every time. This might not sound like a huge deal to everyone, but for the diehards, it eliminates so many minor headaches from the roster building process. The game also feels more like an RPG now, with all the abilities, attribute boosts, and strategy involved. Coordinators are more important, with skilled trees that genuinely help your team improve. EA also wisely brought the wear and tear feature from college football into Madden. Your players will actually begin to wear down over the course of a game and a season, forcing you to monitor their health and strategically call plays. If you hand your running back the ball 30 times a game, they will become more injury-prone, so you will need to manage their workload. Quick subs before the snap make swapping worn-down players in and out of the lineup incredibly easy. Beyond the core gameplay and franchise experience, you will also notice other welcome refinements. Extreme weather now profoundly impacts gameplay. Playing in snow, for example, limits visibility and makes ball carriers slip when they try to cut, forcing you to adjust your strategy to a ground-and-pound attack, just like in real life. Presentation received a major boost too. We finally have proper halftime shows, weekly recaps in franchise mode, and more authentic team entrances before the game. It's a nice touch that truly adds to the immersion, even if you eventually skip some of those segments. And get this, you will even hear 3 different commentary crews depending on the time slot of your game, from Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on Thursdays to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson for Sunday Night Football. Madden 26 truly feels like the best version of this game in at least a decade. EA focused on what we gamers really wanted: improved gameplay, deeper franchise mode features, and less emphasis on the pay-to-win Ultimate Team. So, for anyone who hasn't picked up Madden in years, this game will feel smooth, realistic, and genuinely fun. For the avid gamers who buy it every year, the improvements are noticeable, impactful, and don't fundamentally change the core experience you love. This isn't just an incremental update. It feels like a turning point for the franchise. What do you think? Are you ready to dive back into Madden this year? Let us know your thoughts on this latest iteration, and make sure you subscribe to stay updated on all things tech and gaming.